So welcome to the Training Hub. We're back on school this time. So loads of content coming for you, much more interaction. Any questions about this video or anything else going forward, just feel free to let me know and get involved with the group. Right, first video, we're talking about ball flights. That's the shape, fades, draws, hooks, slices, how to manage them, how to play with them, how to change them. So let's start with why the ball will curve in the first place. We're going to assume it's a right-handed golfer and we're going to assume it's a center strike. Two things are going to happen. You have the club moving in a certain direction. We'll call this stick club path. The path could be to the right, in to out. It could be straight or it could be to the left, out to in. On TrackMan, like you'll see soon, this is a plus number to the right and this is a negative number to the left. So the club could be moving in any direction through there. Then you've got club face. Now, let's say my club is moving dead straight at impact. My club face is dead straight. That is a straight shot. Again, if it's a center strike. I could have my club moving to the right over here. I could have my club face pointing to the right in the same direction. Straight shot, but to the right, so we call it a push. And then, likewise, could be straight to the left with the club path and the face, and that is a pull. So if those numbers are the same in any direction, there'll be no curve on the golf ball. Curve happens when there's a difference between the club path and the face angle. Let's go with that one's favourite, slice. If my club is moving left, out to in, I'm swinging across the golf ball, and my club face is anywhere around here, the ball is going to start kind of where the club face is pointing and move away from the club path. So let's say I'm swinging, and we'll use TrackMan soon, 5 degrees left. If my club face was 2.5 degrees left compared to the target, so 5 degrees, 2.5 degrees compared to the target. It is left of the target. So it's closed to the target, but it's open to the club path. There's a difference. It's going to move back to the target. Now, roughly, when the club face is half of the club path, so -5, -2.5, you're probably going to hit the target. +10, +5, it will probably hit the target. Because there's a very big gap between 10 and 5, as there is between, compared to -5 and -2.5, there'll be more curves. The bigger the gap, the more curve you get. Let's do a couple of shots and just show you what it looks like on TrackMan. So if I have a swing from here, and let's hit one of these. Give me some small swings, it's pretty cold today. So see on TrackMan here, my club path is 8.5 to the left. The face angle is only 2 to the left. It's a chunky left to right shape. So the face to path number, like you can see here, is the difference between those two numbers, kind of. Now, the bigger that gets, the more curve you get. So that's a decent slice or fade. Now, you would have seen a shot where, if that was my pattern, and let's use the example of Henny Duplessis, who was hitting, let's try and recreate that, but without the distance, who was hitting this type of thing. So club path to the right, face angle also to the right. That's just a push. He's trying to come back a little bit the other way. Henny's shot was curving a bit more than that. That's actually, I don't really want to say it. That was better than Henny's shot. It was just about 100 yards shorter. So we'll try one more so we get a bit of a pattern. I've hit that too straight for this demo. We'll maybe go with that one. And the face angle, yep, so that's moving to the right a little bit. So you can see the face to path is a plus number, so that means curving to the right. Last one, just to try and hit one slightly worse. That's the one. Trying really hard to hit a bad one for you there, guys. So my path has been pretty neutral, quite close to 0 on all of those. But my face is open. It's a push fade to the right. Now, those 3 shots there, pretty manageable. They're all quite straight. No real big curve. Even the last one didn't curve a great deal, hitting a 7-iron here. If that's my shot pattern, like you saw the Tour Pro Henny, I'm not mucking about with that too much. If it's efficient and it's not, going 20 yards short relative to your speed. If it's efficient, play with that. That is not curving too much. We can just aim down the left-hand side, and what looks like a push, fade, or aim straight actually just becomes a fade. So if the shape is manageable, and that is very manageable, play with it. We're not going to change too much if it's efficient, or unless you want to move the ball the other way. So let's talk about that now. In these videos, we're not going to go into too much technical information, but let's say I don't like this push slice. So let's say I've got a slice. So let's say here's my shot. Let's try this. So that is probably too much shape. So my club path, miles left, could be double figures. There it is, 13. And the face angle is also a minus because the ball started left. I was just out of range. We'll try one more of those. Slightly thin one, but you get the idea. So club path, being minus 10, face minus 3, and I get a sizable amount of curve. Now, if I wanted to change that and draw the ball, and you would know, to hit a draw, you have to have the club moving that way. If I didn't change the club face, and it could be related to my grip, wrist conditions, backswing, whatever, release, if I didn't change the club face somewhere and I just kept the same face to path, and I just moved my path out to the right, we know what's coming up here. So the face to path number has got a bit bigger, it's a bit more curve there. But now that's no good, that's just a massive push slice the other way. So I'm slicing the ball left to right. Let's go back to that one. That's my shot pattern. And it's kind of, manageable, but maybe too much curve. And you want to change it, or you want to learn how to draw the ball or hit a straight shot. So that's the shape. Before we change this direction, the club path, we need to change the club face. It could be hold, it could be, like we said, club face somewhere in the swing, certainly at impact. But first you have to learn, if you're slicing the golf ball, first you have to learn to just hit it straight left or pull it left to right, left to left, sorry. So somehow change the face. That'd be a technical thing. Work out with your coach why, send in the video to me, we can tell you why. But the first you have to learn to do is hit this type of shot. That's got to happen first. It's almost always the club face we have to change. So look, my club path isn't very left, it's a small minus. Ball's like out of bounds left. So my face angle changed, rather than pointing to the right with the way I was swinging, now pointing to the left. So club moving left, face even more left than that, pull hook. But if you can do that, that's a draw club or draw ball flight. It's just a pull draw. So you've got to do that in that direction. And now this could be where the club head is in relation to your hands. It could be how much you turn. Loads of stuff. So if I can hit that pull hook, I can get my club moving in this direction with the same face to path conditions. Let's see what happens. We've now got something that looks a little bit more like a draw or a small hook. So my club path's gone the other way. The face angle is open to the target, but left of the club path, and there's what looks like a draw. Straight shots get difficult, that's why we've got to match them up, but if you can hit a straight pull or a straight block, you can change it. And then likewise for anyone that hits hooks, let's say I don't like that ball flight, so my face was too close, I was swinging that way, well, we'd usually try and change the club face, because the big thing we see is let's really close the face. Here we go, so I've closed the face loads, okay? If I close the face that much, I don't want to rotate like that because it goes down there. If I close the face that much, I want to go, whoa, and swing out that way loads. So you probably have to learn how to open the face. It's generally face first. So once you learn to open the face, you won't really want to swing that way, because who wants to do that with that club face? It's probably, if I've just been hitting that type of hook shot, it's probably now more encouraging for me to get the face open and want to swing left. And I'll get that pull fade type of shot back. Club face is massive when it comes to changing the direction you swing. Otherwise, with the target involved, your body won't let you swing certain directions. Your brain won't let you, because it wants you to hit the target. If my face is too closed, I won't want to swing over there. I'll work out a way of getting to the target. Likewise, if your face is too open, you won't swing out that way. You might somehow guide it to the target, but you won't swing inside. You'll work out a way of hitting it. Here's a couple of games we can do to test you out. So we do this for the people that have learned how to draw the ball. They used to slice it. Or if you've got a hook and you want to just make your hook a bit more manageable, here's a task for you. Now, again, this is not technical. This is just a task-based game we can do to try and improve and measure your performance. So let's start with we get one more number up on the screen. So change in the face to path, because we can kind of work that out, to the side total. So dispersion left and right. Again, we're assuming it's a good strike and the front and back dispersion is fine. And the off-center strikes don't affect the ball flights. We're assuming it's a center strike. I'll just hit it in the center like I do anyway. And we'll see. So here's the game. Target in front. I've got that orange stick down my target line. I want to learn how to control my draw. Here's what we have a go at first round. So I'm going to hit the first one, if I can, deliberately straight to the right and block it over there. So it's a little 3-ball challenge. The first one's going to be a block. We're going to measure how far right it goes. It doesn't matter how far right it goes for now. Slightly push fade rather than just a push, but massive miss to the right. Side total is 100 feet. Now, next ball, start it right, miss it to the left. So it has to start right of the target. That's the theme. So you can look at face angle, it has to be some sort of plus, or you can put launch direction there, some sort of plus. Or if you haven't got the data, you can just use the markers out there and use a stick in front. You'll get the idea at least. So start right, miss left. So club path, big right, face angle, a little bit right, side total left some amount. Okay, so I've just created my own fairway. It's a big fairway. It's 100 foot to the right, and it's 50 foot to the left. Ball number 3, can you finish, starting the ball right, because you're trying to hit a draw, can you finish in that fairway? So this is very much level 1, let's call it. Can I start it to the right and finish on that fairway? It's going to be a bit too straight. Let's have a look. I think I'm okay. Club path a little bit right, face angle a little bit right as well. Small push, but we'll take that. That small push is very close to draw. If my face angle is a degree closed, it's a very, very small draw. And I'm within my fairway. Now, the real quiz is, ideally, how tight could you make that side dispersion? Could you start it right with a push, 1 foot, hook it by 1 foot, and then draw it back to the center? Is the dream. We won't demo that one just yet. So that's challenge number 1, moving the ball flight around. Here's challenge number 2. So again, we'll do a 3, maybe 5-ball challenge. Don't like doing too much more than that. If you hit so many shots with the same club, at least we change your ball flight, but it becomes a bit more of a block type of practice, which is okay for a quick hit of learning, but we're trying to learn to play on the golf course and mix things up a little bit. So I now know I've got a draw, okay? But some people have a draw ball flight that maybe misses more left. Some have a draw ball flight that maybe misses more right because they block it and they keep the face open too much. So I know from just practice that my ball flight is what it is, and it will generally miss to the left. Okay, if I'm hitting the ball, we'll miss left. So the club path and face angle, don't worry too much about those for now. We're looking at side total. I'm assuming I'm going to hit a draw. Now give yourself a 90-foot wide, 30-yard green or fairway, generous, so it's a decent sized green with the edges. And rather than aim on the range, which you can do, I'm going to give myself that 90 foot, but I'm going to put 60 foot of it to the left. So I'm allowed to miss 60 foot left. I'm allowed to miss 30 foot to the right. Now, obviously, if this was on a golf course, I would just aim accordingly. So if I've got a hook, trouble on the left-hand side, I don't aim for those flags. I aim middle of the green. It might go there. I might overdraw it. And if I do, it's near the target. So I'm going for 60 left, 30 right, 3 shots. Can I get them to land in that zone? So you'll see on the screen there, that's a miss to the left. But I gave myself 60 foot left and only 30 foot right because I know I hook it. I'm in the zone. Now, if I'd given myself 45 for either side for that 90 foot or 30 yard target, that is now really tight to the left-hand side. Yep. That's why we aim, or I would aim for my miss, which is exactly that. That's why I'm down the right-hand side. So that's exactly my miss. Club path's about 3 normally. Face just gets a bit closed. 3 balls, can you land them in that 90-foot zone? As long as you know where your ball flight's going, that game should be very, very easy. Upgrade yourself, try it with a driver, because that might give you a different ball flight as well, particularly with off-center strikes, which we can do in another video down the line. Any questions on that, let me know. Let's get this community talking, chatting. I want to find out where you're struggling on the golf course, and I can start to add task-based games here. There'll be some live stuff coming up with hopefully more than just myself, and we can get involved and get some other guests on this chat. Any questions, guys? Let me know. Give this a go.